Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Karmelo Anthony got 35 years, but both mothers got sentenced. I want you to sit back, enjoy the ride, because that's what we like to do over here at the Mecca. We like to ride. All right? Now, we're going to break it down, right? All right, so y'all didn't understand what happened. Okay. Karmelo Anthony wanted to go get out the rain, so he went and sat under the tent, and Austin went and told him, hey, do you go to school? Do you belong here? He said no. They got into a confrontation, and Austin put his hands on him and pushed him, and he pulled a knife out and he unalived him. So now, from that one mistake, 2 mothers were sentenced while both children were sentenced, one to the graveyard and one to the penitentiary. And we're going to break down what the mother's sentence is today, what the mother's trauma is today. All right. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. So this is where we at, right? We're gonna play a video and we're gonna hear from Karmelo Anthony's, parents speaking about the verdict, because they too was harmed during this terrible incident. So they too have something to say. So let's take a ride.
Karmelo Anthony's family is also talking tonight. They believe the trial was unfair from the start. They do plan to appeal. Our Ken Molestina to continue now our team coverage.
A day after the trial, Karmelo Anthony's parents, Andrew Anthony and Kayla Hayes, sat down to break their silence and to let the world know how they're feeling as their son begins his 35-year sentence for murder. Despite what a jury found, his parents dispute their son ever wanted to kill Austin Metcalf.
My son is no murder. My son didn't intend to hurt anyone. My son was defending himself. And that's what hurt so bad.
His mother recounts the moment she addressed the jury and made her plea to them during the sentencing phase.
To have mercy on my son. That's what I told the jury. I know they had their minds made up already, so, really wasn't much I could say to change their mind.
Both parents fighting back emotions and tears as they described what they believe was a flawed trial.
We were delusional. We thought we was going to get a fair shake.
They claimed there were inconsistencies from the get-go, despite witnesses who took an oath vowing to tell the truth.
Everyone actually lied on the stand.
Everyone.
All of the witnesses' statements were inconsistent. All of them.
His father says the court of public opinion had made up their mind about his son long before the trial began.
He was convicted when he walked out of the jail. If you looked at the news, all that shit, he was already convicted. If you look at it, it was already done. It was no innocent until proven guilty. He was already guilty.
He says the threats of violence against them continue.
People want us dead. That's what.
After they still got what they wanted.
After they still got what they want, they still want us dead. I can see. You see, I go look at my phone. People want us dead. They want our family dead.
And now they're preparing to appeal.
They did a number on us.
A judicial process they believe wronged them.
We didn't get justice. A lot of things that were missed that should have been handled a certain way. However, we couldn't say anything. We did what was instructed. We was told, so we just did what we was told.
Ken Molestina.
All right, they did what they was told, and that's the sad part, Rob, that both families right now are being sentenced. Let me start this off with the part nobody wants to sit with, right? Karmelo Anthony got 35 years, but he wasn't the only one sentenced. His mother got sentenced too. Austin Metcalf's mother got sentenced as well. One mother got sentenced to a graveyard. The other mother got sentenced to a prison visiting room. One mother has to talk to her son through memories. The other mother has to talk to her son through letters. One mother is putting flowers where her son lays. The other mother is putting money on her son's books for commissary. And that is why this ain't no entertainment. This is just a case, right? To some. But I want you to know that this is not just a case. This is not just a verdict. This is two mothers serving life sentences in two different ways. The jewel in that is when a young man crashes out, the mother does time too. So think before you crash out and you make a mistake and run with the homies and stand on business and deal with your pride and your ego and everything else, that your mother do time with you too. Your children that you say you on the streets for is gonna do time with you. When I went in, right, I'm gonna save my story for later. One sentence goes to prison. One sentence goes to the graveyard. Austin's mother does not get phone calls. She don't get visits. She don't get letters. She don't get another birthday. She don't even get another hug. She don't get another normal day because she has to deal with the trauma of losing her son now. Her sentence is grief. Her sentence is agony, trauma, memories that hurt more than they heal. And Karmelo Anthony's mother has her own sentence. Her sentence is fear. Her sentence is worry. Her sentence is prison lines. Her sentence is metal detectors. Her sentence is waiting for calls from behind the walls. Her sentence is wondering if her son is safe inside a place built to break many men. The court sentences the body, but the pain sentenced the family. The dark part is they were both still babies to somebody, to these women. This is what makes it heavy. These were young men, young lives, young futures, young mistakes, young emotions, young pride. They had not even lived enough life to understand how fast it can disappear. They had not built families. They had not seen their full potential or their parents' full potential of them. They had not grown into the men they could have been and should have been per their parents' training. One young man would never get a chance. The other young man would grow up behind bars. And both mothers are left holding pieces of what could have been. That's the part that should make every parent grab their child tighter. That's the part that should make every young man think twice. Youth makes you feel invincible, but consequences don't care about how young you are. Pride wrote the check, the mothers got the bill. Let's talk real, right? Pride is expensive, ego is expensive, anger is expensive. That one moment came with a bill too heavy for both families. Austin paid with his life, Karmelo paid with his future, but the mothers are paying every day, dealing with the agony and suffering and missing of their children. They're paying with tears. They're paying with sleepless nights. They're paying when the house gets quiet and the voices come from between the cracks. They're paying when holidays come around and the children are not there. They're paying when they see young men living the life their sons would never live and they dreamed of for their sons. That's why I tell the youth, before you react, look past the moment. Look past your pride, man. Look past your anger. Look at your mother's face, because she's the one who has to survive what you choose to do. Whatever you do out there, your mother's gonna hold you down. You say you love your mother, you here for your mother, you die for your mother, you kill for your mother, you do anything for your mother. Then why don't you think for your mother? Pride starts with the fire, but your family have to breathe the smoke. Street code without discipline is a trap, right? That's the biggest trap, street code without discipline. A lot of young men talk street code, but they don't understand real code. Real code ain't crashing out. Real code ain't turning a disagreement into a funeral. Real code ain't making your mother cry because your ego got touched. Real code is restraint. Real code is discipline. Real code is knowing when the room is too hot and walking out alive. A fool thinks he got to prove everything. A wise man knows some proof costs too much. If proving you're tough costs your freedom, you already lost. If proving you're right costs somebody's life, everybody lost. Just like in this situation with Karmelo Anthony and Mecca. If standing on business puts your mother in pain for the rest of her life, that wasn't business. That was destruction. Real street code is making it home without making your mother suffer. And that's the key. And I tell that to my son every time. Whenever I walk out my door, I walk out the door with intentions on making it back home safe before I even set foot out the door. So I got to think for the next crash dummy out there. The internet argues, but the mothers bleed. The internet picks sides. The internet yells, he's guilty. The internet yells, it was self-defense. The internet yells, I want justice. The internet yells, free him. But the internet does not have to bury anybody. The internet does not have to visit anybody. The internet does not have to wake up with that empty room down the hall. Imagine what that mother feel like waking up middle of the night and thinking about her son and want to go open the door and look in. And she look in now to an empty bed, to a still room that she refused to touch. The internet does not have to answer a collect call. The internet does not have to sit at a kitchen table staring at old pictures and looking at an empty seat where the child once sat. So before people celebrate, before people mock, before people use the tragedy for comments and clicks, remember this. 2 mothers are broken. 2 mothers are suffering. 2 families are damaged. 2 homes are different forever. And no argument online can change that. So watch what you say, because you have 2 families that's grieving this situation. I want to say rest in peace to Austin Metcalf. I'm going to say it again. Rest in peace to Austin Metcalf. One mother visits silence. One mother visits steel. Austin's mother visits silence. A grave does not answer back. A headstone does not say, I love you, mommy. The flowers don't replace a son's voice. The pictures don't replace a heartbeat. That's a sentence no judge can reduce. Karmelo's mother visits steel. Steel doors, steel gates, steel bars, steel tables, steel rules. She has to leave him there. Every visit ends with her walking out and him staying behind. You know how much that hurt when your children or your loved ones come see you in prison and they tell you visiting is over, and you have to watch them leave and line up on the other side of the visiting hall. And you going back in this jungle, concrete jungle, and they walking out the door without you. Every visit ends with her walking out and him staying behind. That walk back to the car is a sentence too. That ride home is a sentence. That quiet house is a sentence. One mother leaves flowers, one mother leaves a visiting room. Both leave with pain. 35 years. Let's talk about that 35 years. People hear 35 years and treat it like math. But 35 years is not just a number. I know because I did 26 of them. That's 35 birthdays missed, 35 holidays missed, 35 family funerals missed. That's youth gone. That's manhood delayed. That is a mother aging while her son is behind bars. That's a father carrying silent pain. That's a sibling grown up around a wound. Imagine what Austin Metcalf's brother feel like right now. Let's have some empathy and step in to the emotions of others involved before you lash out at them. That is everybody learning how to live with something missing. And Austin's family has a different calendar. Their calendar is marked by the day they lost him. Every year that date comes back, every year the pain remembers and the Band-Aid is removed. Every year the wound opens again. Every year. A sentence is not just time. A sentence is everything that steals. This is bigger than Karmelo and bigger than Austin. This is bigger than one case. This is bigger than one courtroom. This is bigger than one headline. This is a warning to every young man who thinks anger is leadership. Anger is not leadership. Pride is not leadership. Reaction is not leadership. Leadership is control. Leadership is patience. Leadership is thinking about consequences before they arrive. Leadership is saying, I'm not giving my mother that kind of pain. Take control, young people. Leadership is walking away while you still can. Because once the moment happens, you can't pull it back. Once life is gone, it's gone. Once freedom is gone, getting it back is not guaranteed. I worked like hell for 26 and a half years, filing over 100 motions, hoping like hell to win, but expecting the worst. So when the worst came, I was able to take it with my chin held high. The strongest jewel, right? The strongest man is not just the one who reacts fast. Remember that. The strongest man is not the one who reacts fast. The strongest man is the one who thinks first. Let's talk about the mother test, right? We're gonna talk about the mother test. I'm gonna teach you about the mother test. The mother test is where I'm gonna teach you to think about your mother when you go out there before you make a mistake and before you make these choices that you make and to crash out. Before you react, take the mother test. Ask yourself, would this make my mother proud? Ask yourself, would this make my mother cry? Ask yourself, will she have to visit me behind glass? Ask yourself, will another mother have to visit a grave? Ask yourself, will this moment destroy two homes? Because that is the question young men don't ask enough. They ask, how do I look? Who saw me? What would people say? But they don't ask, what would my mother feel? And by the time they ask that, it's already too late. The cuffs are on, the funeral is planned, the verdict is read, the sentence is given, and the mothers are left carrying the pride created. Before you defend your ego, think about who has to defend your memory. Accountability without celebration, right? Let me say this clear. Accountability matters. A life was lost, a family is grieving, A jury made a decision. A sentence came down, but I do not celebrate a young man losing his life or another young man loses his freedom. This is not wisdom. This is not justice in the heart. This is just people being entertained by pain. And that's what the internet feeds off of, your pain. We can hold people accountable without dancing on their destruction. We can respect Austin's family without attacking Karmelo's family. We can talk about consequences without forgetting compassion, because both mothers are living with something they can't undo. One can't bring back her son, and one cannot bring back her son home. Accountability without compassion turns a lesson into entertainment. And that's all this is on YouTube, entertainment and social media. Right? Let me give you the final word, right? I've been up here long enough, a little 20 minutes, right? Let me give you the final word. To every young man watching this and women, listen to me. You don't have to answer every disrespect. You don't have to respond to every push. You don't have to prove you're tough to people who were not right you when you're locked up. You don't have to risk your life for people who will not post, free you, and keep scrolling past you. Think about your mother. Think about your face. Think about her voice. Think about her walking into a cemetery. Think about her walking into a prison. Think about her trying to sleep while your name is attached to tragedy. This is the real punishment. This is the real sentence. Because when young men fall, mothers land on the pain. So breathe, step back, walk away, go home. Remember, the object is to go home at the end of the night, because going home is better than being carried to a grave, and going home is better than being counted by a prison guard as a number, not even as a name. Don't make your mother serve a sentence for a moment you could have walked away from, right? Let me give you the closing. Y'all ready for the closing? Karmelo Anthony got 35 years. Austin Mecca lost his life. Both mothers got sentenced. One to grief, one to prison walls, one to memories, one to money orders. But now she has to run back and forth to send money orders to her son. One to flowers taken to a graveyard, and one to dressing appropriately to get past the prison visiting room scrutiny. One is the graveyard, one is the prison yard. And the sad part is both young men were young, too young to lose so much, too young for this much pain, too young for this much finality, too young for two mothers to be broken forever. Look how Karmelo Anthony's parents look like they could be his brother and sister. This is a sad time and a sad story. Too young for mothers to be broken forever, like I said. So let this be the lesson. The streets are real, but always remember, Unique Mecca Audio told you that the prison is realer. Death is final. A mother's pain is a sentence nobody should create. The final jewel for this story, right? The real story is not who won. The real story is how many people lost. How many people do you count lost in this story? Been on here long enough. Let me get out of here, getting a little emotional. But first, let me show you why I do this. This is why I do what I do, all right? Let me show you.
Hey, what's going on, man? Murder Mook, Harlem, you know what it is, man. I just want to express how much gratitude I got for Unique. You know what I mean? I was telling him a story, telling him how I felt about, if anything was to go wrong with my career, rap-wise, you know, if, you know, shit be slow and I got so many opportunities to be able to do the wrong shit. When I watch Unique Mecca Audio, I feel it, and I, like, to my soul, and that's keeping me farthest away from doing anything criminal. Anything criminal. He made me think straight, honestly. Made me think straight, because I've been watching him for about a year, like a year now, maybe, and it just took my mind way off of that, way off of that. From a year ago, it got rough. For a year ago,
Yeah.
and from watching this man, I just felt like, you saved me. You saved me. And I just want to show my gratitude, and I want to say thank you, man. Unique Mecca Audio, anything you need, brother, from me.
All right.
Anything you need, man.
All right.
Call him.
All right, so that's what it is. Yo, check this out, right? I'm gonna say this for the record, right? Let me come back over here. I'm gonna say this for the record. Please hit the like button so we get this video go viral. We had an old rat bastard and flip-flop win in public troll tried to say something I asking for likes in a video like this. It's a video like this. We need the likes so they could go viral. That's how you push it out so more people go. Instead of trolling, try and learn the algorithm and learn what's going around. I've been going for 26 years and I learned that. The more people like it, the more you comment, the more they push it in the algorithm so other people could see it. And that's it. All right.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops. Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours, so we can give back